Hello and welcome back to Space This Week, your once a week breakdown to all of the spaceflight news you could ever want. I know it hasn't been a week since the last time, it's been a little bit longer. I'm very bad at this. Starting off this week, on October 7th, we saw SpaceX launch Starlink Group 1059 from Slick 40 out of Cape Canaveral Space Force Base here in Florida. And it landed on the autonomous drone ship a short fall of gravitas. It was probably a short fall of gravitas in the Atlantic off of the coast of North Carolina. It put 28 Starlink V2 mini satellites into low Earth orbit. This was booster 1090's 8th launch, previously launched on August 24th for CRS SPX 33. These Starlink satellites will help build their ever-growing and ever-improving Starlink internet services. On later the same day at 11:54 p.m., SpaceX launched Starlink Group 11-17 from Slick 4E at Vandenberg Space Force Base in California and landed on the autonomous drone ship Of Course I Still Love You in the Pacific Ocean. On board were 28 more Starlink V2 minis. This booster was booster 1071's. This flight was booster 1071's 29th flight, and its previous was Starlink 17-10 on September 13th, for a 24-day turnaround. On October 8th, Blue Origin launched a New Shepard for NS-36 from West Texas Launch Site 1. This suborbital flight was a space tourism flight, and the crew were as follows. On the far left, Jeff Elgin, CEO of Franchoice, Aaron Newman, founder of multiple cloud service companies, Dana Karagusova, founder of First Media Group, and was the first woman from Kazakhstan to have ever been to space. Vitaly Ostrovsky is a Ukrainian businessman, and he's just Lewis, and Dr. Clinton W. Kelly III, a retired senior vice president for advanced technologies at Scientific Applications International Corporation. This booster was NS4, and it was its 16th launch, the previous being NS34 for a 66-day turnaround. The booster landed at the North Landing Pad, while the capsule RSS First Step flew for its 15th time, also previously on NS34. At the time of writing this, and now we've actually waited way longer for this to launch, so it's not exactly accurate, but Falcon 9 was waiting to launch KF-03 for Kuiper, which is Amazon's Starlink competitor. Anyway, we had some Starship news, and I'll cover this more in the next episode because it's more it's for this week. This is for last week. But Starship got a launch date, and of course it's launched now. And then here's some spaceflight news. Blue Origin. This week we saw Blue Origin's New Glenn booster roll out of the hangar for its upcoming Mars mission. The booster, named Never Tell Me the Odds, is planned to be Blue Origin's first ever landing of an orbital-class rocket booster. The mission is to launch NASA's Mars-bound Escape and Plasma Acceleration and Dynamics Explorers, called ESCAPADE mission. And these twin satellites, nicknamed Silver and Gold, were built at Rocket Lab's facilities in Long Beach, California. Stoke Aerospace, a Washington-based rocket company, just announced that it raised $510 million for its experimental, fully reusable rocket Nova. Nova is currently expected to see its first launch in the first half of 2026. Nova is currently designed to carry about 3,000 kilograms to space in a fully reusable configuration. Golden Dome. As a part of Donald Trump's Golden Dome missile defense program, Europe was spurred into a new wave of investment as it saw waves of investment from both NATO and the European Union, all into spaceflight. That is all I've got for this week, and next week will be out in like 3 days.